You're welcome to my channel, Mindset Academy, where we want to solve a problem involving epicycloid. And the question goes like this: it says, draw an epicycloid for 75 millimeter diameter rolling circle and 225 millimeter diameter base circle, right? So we're talking about a circle that is rolling on a curved path. That is what we call an epicycloid. So, for a path to be curved, that means it has to be inclined at an angle. So the first thing we need to calculate for is the angle at which the path is inclined on. So let's see. Now we are given two diameters, the rolling circle diameter and the base circle diameter. So the rolling circle diameter is the diameter of the circle that is rolling on the curved path, while the base circle diameter of the curved path, right? So the first thing you have to do is to write out the parameters. So we use a small d for what? For the smaller circle, and a bigger D for the bigger circle diameter. So let's say the small d is given to be, that is the rolling circle diameter, is given to be 75 millimeter, and the bigger circle, that is the base circle D, is given to be 225 millimeter diameter. Is that okay now? So we need to get the angle, and recall, to get the angle of the inclination, we are going to give it to be theta is equals to what? Small d over big D multiplied by what? 360. Now what is the small d? The small d we were told is 75 millimeter, and the big D is given to be what? 225 millimeter, right? So when you divide both of them and you multiply by 360, your angle you will be having will be what? 120 degree. So that is what we first of all do. Draw the angle of the inclination, which is 120 degree. So I'll just take my meter rule and I'll draw a line this way. Right? This way. This is the line I'm drawing this way, right? And I might pick a vertical point here this way, just a little one this way. Is that taken? You can see that. Now what I will now do is to draw, when I place my set square in this manner, right, on my t square, the angle I'll be drawing from here will be given to be 30 degree. You can see that it's given to be what? 30 degree. And if I now turn it this place also, the angle I'll be drawing here also from the same point where they meet will be what? Another 30 degree. You can see that. Now, aside doing that, the angle between, I'll draw my inclined line this way. Look at what I'm about to do. So if I draw my inclined line this way, you can see that. So we are told that the angle from here to here and from here to here, this is my baseline here, 0 degree. So the angle from here to here is what? 30 degree. Similarly, the angle from here to the angle to this point here is going to be another what? 30 degree. Now we know angle on a straight line is given to be what? Angle on a straight line is given to be 180, right? So it's given to be 180. So it means that if you remove this 60 from 180, so the remaining angle between here and here will given as what? 100 and what? 120 degree. You can see that. So the angle between this inclined line and this is given to be what? 120 degree, which is what we're actually looking for. So we're starting our measurement from here, 0 degree to this point, and this is another 0 degree to what? To this point. So the next thing is to get the base circle. The second thing you are going to do, the second step, to get the base circle. And the base circle is given to the what? 225, right? So that is in diameter. You need a radius for you to draw a curved path, right? So I'm going to take my meter rule and I'm going to measure half of 225, which is 112 and a half, right? So when I place it here, and I'll move it to, this is from 0 to 10 is 100, from 0 to 11 is 110, then the smaller one we have 111, 112, then 0.5 here. You can see that. And if I do that from this point to this point here, then I'll come to the center line here, this point, you see, and I'm going to draw my inclined line this way. I'm going to draw what? My inclined line this way. You can see that. So in doing that, we should know very well that the angle between this vertical line is just 90 degrees here. Let's just put it that way. Now we've done the base circle. Now the next thing for we to draw is what? It is the rolling circle. So the rolling circle is starting from this point here. Starting from this point here, right? So we say that this point here is what? This is, let's say, 0 degree. That is 0.0. So, and the diameter for the rolling circle is what? 75. And when you divide 75 by 2, you'll be having 37.5. So I'm going to measure that 7.5 on my meter rule again. From this point, from 0, this is 30, 35, 37.5 here. You can see that. So I'll place it at this point here, and I'll mark. This is my point 0, and I'll mark a point here. You can see that. So from that point, I'm going to draw, that will be my center 0. So I'm going to draw a circle this way. So I'm going to thicken that circle. So you see that? So that's the first thing we are doing here. Now, after I've done that, this will be my center 1 here. So let me just call it C0 here. C0, right? Now I'm going to divide this circle into 12 with the help of my my set square, right? You know, earlier I used this to get this. I used this to get this. That is the first division. Now I'll face it the other way around again to turn this way, and I'll get this passing through the center. It must be lying on my t-square, and I'll get this, right? So what we have here, you can see that. Now I'll stand it again this way on my t-square, and I'll move it to that point, and I'll draw a vertical line. You can see that. And I'll sit it down here again this way, the way it's standing. You can see the way I'm moving it is now standing. I'll move it to this point, and I'll get this, right? And I'll turn it the other way around to this way, then I'll get this. So this is what remaining one last one, and I'll use my t-square to get that point, which is this. So we divided it. So this is 0. We're going clockwise, so this will be 0. This will be 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You can see that. So we've successfully done that. If you can, then the next thing we'll be doing is to project all my points to this other point here. So you place your compass at this point, right? And you move it to the highest point here, and you draw, ensuring it's touching the other side here. I see that. Now when you've done that, the next thing you do is, since you divided the circle into 12, you have to divide this into 12 too. Is that again? So what I'll do is I'm going to take my protractor and I'll place it this manner at that point. So where this point meets, this point here you're seeing, the intersection, I'll make it to be together with this point here. So you can see, and I'll be having this way. Right? So when you do that, we're going to be having this. So let's start. I'll divide it into 12. And we know 12 divided by 120 is 10 each. So I'll have this will be 0. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, then what? 12. I divided it into 12 on my protractor. Now I'm going to draw my line to pass through each of those points from this point, center point here, where they start the measurement from. So going through this first point here, I see that I'll go. That's the first one. I'll go to the next one also. The next point, I'll go. That's the next one. Come to this one also. I'll go to this. Then for the next one, I'll move to the next point also. To the next point. 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 So this is what we have here. You can see that. So the next thing we'll do is we're going to take my compass, let's at the center here, to this center here. You can see that. And I'm going to draw this the center of this circle. Since the circle will be rolling, now that means this will be my center 0. Here will be center 1. Here will be center 2. Here will be center 3. Here will be center 4. Here will be center 5. Center 6. Center 7. Center 8. Center 9. Center 10. Center 11. Then we'll have what? Center what? Center 12. So taking. Now, after doing that, the next thing we have to do now is to start drawing our circle. Now, if I take my compass this way, now we know that this is the first circle, right? First circle, first point. You can see that. I'll go to the second circle, place my compass with the same radius of the circle that I used to draw the circle, the same radius, right? So I'll go to my second circle this way. So take the radius of the circle, which is 75. Half of the radius is at 7.5. I'll take it, and I'll come to center 1, right? And I'm going to draw another circle on center 1 to be faint line. You can see that. Now, if I've done that, the same radius of this circle, I come to center 1 to draw another circle. I will now take my compass. I'll place it at this center point here. I'll go to point 1. This is point 1 here, and I'll move it to that point 1. Can you see that? And I'm going to draw another arc this way. You can see that? So where they meet, they are meeting at this point. So where circle 1 meets curve 1 or line 1, they meet at this point. So I'll call it point 1. You can see that? They meet at this point, point 1. So I'll do the same thing again with the same radius. You remember that this circle is symmetrical. If I divide it into 2, this is the left hand side, this is the right hand side, right? So as long as I'm moving, if I've not gotten to circle 6, circle 7, I'll be marking my point at the left hand side. Now this is a circle. I marked, no, this is point 1, point 1. The circle is meeting this line at this point 1 and also this line too at this point 1. So I'm not marking the other right hand side because I'll focus on the left hand side until I get to point 7. I'll start focusing on the right hand side. How did I mean? Let's move forward and see. So if I go to circle center 2 with the same radius this way, I'm going to draw another circle. You can see that. That's second circle. Second circle, I'll go to point 2 to draw line 2. So if I place it at this center point here, I will now go to point 2 this way. I'll go to point 2 this way. So that see that this is point 2. So point 2, circle 2, this is the circle 2 here. You can see it very well. If I place the compass at this circle, center of circle 2, where is it meeting? It's meeting at this point here. That is line 2. So line 2 meets circle 2 at this point. So I'll call it my point 2. I'll come again to circle 3. The same radius. I'll place it here and I'll draw. Right, that's circle 3. And I'm going to place my compass here and I'll go to point 3. You see that? I'm going to now draw this. So that is point 3, where point 3 meets circle 3. This is the circle 3, the line 3 coming to meet circle 3 at this point here. So we'll call it as the point 3 there, right? So I'll go again, circle 4. I'll place it here and I'll draw this also and take my compass and take it to point 4. This is point 4 here, this is point 4. And I'm going to draw this to meet the other side. Can you see that? So line 4 is meeting circle 4. That is point 4. And I'll come again. I'm going to draw 5, circle 5 using center 5. And I'll do the same thing too. So I'll draw my circle 5. Now the next thing will be to project the line of center 5 of point 5, which is here. This point 5 here. So I'll project it. Can see that? Red line of center 5 here. So if I come to center 5, this is line 5 coming to meet center 5 at this point here. To meet circle 5 here. You can see that. Then I'll come to circle 6. I'll place it here at the center of 6. Right? and I'm going to draw. So it's meeting this 0.6 is already there coming, and they are meeting at this point here. So be what, 0.6? It's another 0.5 here. Then I'll come to 7, right? I'm going to come to what, 0.7. Sorry, this point here, 0.7. This is 7. So 7. I'll now start. Since I've passed 6 now, I'm going to 7 sides. I'll be marking on the right hand side of the circle. So if you look at this, still 0.7 on the same line as 0.5. So if I trace it, so I will not mark this side now, go to the other right hand side of the circle, I'll mark. So it will be going the other side, and that will be what, 0.7. Then I'll go to 8, center 8. So I'll draw. So if I mark center 8, then we have, this is 4 and 8 on the same point. This is 4, this 8 on the same point. They are moving, and they are meeting at this point here, 8. Right? Then I'll come to 9. I'll do the same thing. 0.9. So I'll mark, this is the point of 9 here. 0, 3 and 9 on the same point. So I'll move it. 0.9. Meeting circle 9. Right? Then I'll come to 10. I'll do the same thing. This is circle 10. Using center 10 to draw. So I'll trace 2 and 10 on the same point. This is 2 and 10 on the same point, so they're on the same line. So this is where 10 will meet. Then I'll go to what, 11. This is center 11 here. I'll draw the circle to get center 11. So this is 1 and 11 on the same point, so I'll trace it to that point, 1 and 11. So they are meeting at this point here, 11. Right? So that will be my 11 point. This is 11 point. This is 10th point. So I'll come to 12, center 12 here, and I'm going to draw the same circle here as well. So where they meet, they're meeting at this point here. This is the line of 12. Is that taking now? This is what? This is the line of 12. So what I'm going to do now, all those points, I'll join them with my French curve. So with the help of my French curve, I'll join those points. So let's start. I can easily start from anywhere I want to start from. This is point 12. I'll take 3 points at a time. So if I take 12, 11, 10, right, and 9, I'll get this 3. Can see that? I'll go again, take another 3 points. So I have this. So I'll join this together. So I'll take another 3 points from here. Can see that? Now I'll take another 3 points again from here. Right? Go this way. Can see that? And take another 3 points from here. So from here, we're moving. See that? I move, I work this way. Okay, adjust it very well. From here. See that? This is what we have here, right? So that is the locus of the point that will join together, right? So this is what we call an epicycloid. Why is an epicycloid? Because the ruling circle is ruling on the base circle. If you find this video helpful, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and also share the video. Thanks for watching.